West Virginia is a state full of history. West Virginia was admitted into the Union as its own state on June 12, 1863. That date is lovingly known as West Virginia Day. Did you know that West Virginia hosted the first land battle of the Civil War? That battle was hosted in a little town called Philippi. This battle occurred on June 3, 1983, and was the first Union victory. Although it was the first land action of the Civil War, many viewed it as a skirmish rather than a battle. Philippi also houses the oldest and longest covered bridge in West Virginia. This bridge is also the only covered bridge that services the United States federal highway system. Unfortunately, the bridge has been severely damaged twice, once due to the historic flood of November 1985 and a massive fire in February of 1989. You're still able to see the original burnt trusses when driving through the bridge to this day. Another historic landmark in West Virginia is just 30 minutes down the road in Grafton. Grafton is home to the Anna Jarvis House. Anna Jarvis created Mother's Day. Anna Reeves Jarvis, the mother of Anna Jarvis, helped create a Mother's Day work club to teach local women how to care for their children. The official holiday arose in the 1900s after the 1905 death of Anna Reeves Jarvis, as a way for Anna to honor all mothers sacrificed for their children. She gained financial backing from a Philadelphia department store, and in May of 1908, the first Mother's Day service was held at a Methodist church in Grafton. While Anna Jarvis remained unmarried and childless her whole life, she was determined to have Mother's Day on the national calendar, arguing that many holidays were biased to men's achievements. In 1912, as many states had adopted the holiday as an annual holiday, and by 1914, President Woodrow Wilson signed a measure to officially establish the second Sunday in May as Mother's Day. But by 1920, Anna Jarvis was disgusted at how commercialized the holiday had become. And by 1948, Jarvis had spent most of her personal wealth in legal fees from countless lawsuits she opened against the groups using the name Mother's Day. Also, by this time, she had completely disowned the entire holiday and lobbied to see it removed from the American calendar. Who knew the holiday had such a negative past? The third historical location I chose is Pringle Tree in Buchanan. This large hollowed-out sycamore tree housed the Pringle brothers, John and Samuel. They were the first settlers in the Buchanan area and lived in the tree for 3 years. These brothers were British Army deserters of the French and Indian War and escaped from Fort Pitt. While the above-ground portion of the tree was destroyed once by disease and once by flood, the third-generation tree is very similar to its grandparent. One of the brothers is still in West Virginia and is buried in the Hampton United Methodist Cemetery in Buchanan. Finally, the last historic place I chose to discuss is about John Brown's Fort in Harper's Ferry. This was a raid site by abolitionist John Brown in 1859. This specific picture is of the 1848 Armory Firehouse that was the standoff site against federal forces led by Robert E. Lee. Also, interestingly enough, Harper's Ferry is the lowest point in West Virginia at only 247 feet above sea level. While this is just a small glimpse into the history of this great state, I hope you are interested enough to research more about West Virginia, or better yet, come on down for a visit.